Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, YouTube, Hugmeister's Garage and Workshop. We're back here at the She Shed, starting to get the solar system installed over here. And this is our utility closet. And I found this old back plate out of a big old junction box. I got that screwed to the wall. And we're gonna mount our inverter to that. And we're going to go outside to this wall with our solar lines, and I'm going to make a little stand on the bank out back, so that'll be kind of hidden, and that'll give us enough sun. And I've got a couple 12 volt 300 amp hour batteries coming. I'm just going to put 2 of those in series on this job, and we'll see how that works. But what this is going to power is it's going to power our air conditioning outlet, our heating system, and our internet, and our lights in here. And there's another dedicated circuit that's just for the rest of the plugs. But for the more constant loads, we're going to put them on the inverter, and we're going to see how we make out. So we'll get this hung up and get her started. We'll be back. Okay, we got something started. We got our AC input and output wired in. We got our battery disconnect wired in. Heading down, we're going to put a couple bus bars there. I'm going to take my power off those bus bars to go over, because I'm going to feed that diesel heater with a piece of tray cable up and over, so you won't see it. And I got a 24 volt to 12 volt converter for that. But we'll hit this again tomorrow and do a little bit more on it. See you tomorrow. All right, we're back, YouTube. Our battery showed up. Got our panel up and running since we had batteries. I had a couple temporary old Harbor Freight panels piped into this just to make sure that the PV input worked. It works. Things pretty quiet. We got an isolator breaker here for our solar coming in, and this is our battery disconnect. Also put another one of those catastrophic 250 amp short circuit fuses on there. Those are nice. Got a spare. And we got a tap off our bus bar that goes up and over. And yep, we got our diesel heater in too. Got a 24 to 12 volt 13.8 volt reducer. Got her piped out the wall, and these come with a little insulation sleeve now, so that's nice. But I put a 2-inch piece of EMT through the wall, and I wrapped it, caulked on the outside. There's our intake coming in. There's our fuel line. There's our little fuel tank. So this is going to be used in the off season when the boiler is off, but you just need a little bit of heat in here. But you can hear it starting to pump now. We also got our heat system pretty much done, except for the baseboard. I'm waiting for that to show up. But we put a bypass in, so we can just keep the loop warm and work on this if we want. Got our pump in, which is run off of here. Got a couple pressure gauges. There's our valve, 3-way valve. So this is always going to have an open loop coming off the return pump. But this is our booster pump, and our baseboard feeds are going to go down to there. Put a vent in, and that's about it for now. I'm waiting for my solar panels to show up, and I'm going to build a rack out back of the actual building itself, and I'm going to have 5 200 watt panels out there, and I think I'm going to make it so I can adjust it for the summer. But we're moving along. We'll be back when we get that rack built. I know the last thing we need on right here is the heat, but man, got to give her a good test. And that thing is hot. There's our little control, and this one has either the thermostat or you can change it back to automatic with a set point. So that's nice. And this one here actually is reading in Fahrenheit. A lot of them just come in Celsius, so must be they did some little upgrades to them. but that's going to work nice in here. I mean, it's got so much insulation in it, and say it's just for like the 45, 50 degree odd days in the spring when the boiler is shut down, but you still need a little heat in here. So, all right, we'll be back. All right, it's Wednesday morning. Back on the inverter project. Got our solar rack built this morning. Went over to Lowe's again. Dropped about $1.60. Did a 4x4 base. Got some 3-foot stakes. And got her staked down. It's pretty heavy. I don't think it's going anywhere. Just a couple insurance stakes on the front and the back. Got this seal tight, liquid tight that I ran up here so it keeps my wire protected. Eventually this is all going to get mulched, so this will all be buried, but it'll keep the wire out of the sunlight, and that goes right into our utility room. And I actually bought one of those solar disconnects, so if you're out here messing with your cables, you can just turn that switch off right there. And I don't know if I said earlier, but I finally got a tracking number on my other 4 panels from off-grid out in, I think it's Arizona or Nevada. But they're supposed to show up tomorrow, and we should be just about done with this project. So this slope bank is really not used for anything, so it actually comes in kind of handy. So it's facing south, slightly southwest. So, and I got the lower angle on it for our zip code. I think it's 17.5 in the summer, so I put it like 25, 30 maybe. Kind of a little bit of a balance, but we definitely need more input on it during the summer months when that AC is running. So I kind of slid them towards that angle this summer, late summer angle. So hopefully those panels will show up, and tomorrow we'll do a final test, and we'll see what kind of input we get in there. So we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Friday and we're back. Our panels finally showed up yesterday at about 2:15. So by the time I got them, the brackets mounted and mounted on the pedestal here, I didn't really have a chance to get a high output test on them, but I think they're going to work. I got them all hooked in series, and I was getting like 192 volts in there. So wife goes, hey, if my cat goes in that room, is that going to hurt my cat? And I said, well, just once. And she kind of looked at me, but here's the back of it. The wires are pretty well hidden. There's that little disconnect I put on there, and that way if I want to turn the rack off, I just turn that to off. It's actually got a little lockout on it too, so that's kind of cool. I'll probably dress that up a little bit when I'm done in there, but I'll take you back inside and show you what else we've been up to. Just about done. Actually got to haul some tools out of there. Alrighty. Lynn got her tables from Sam's Club she ordered yesterday. I put them together. I actually finished, I put them together yesterday, but I mounted them this morning. Those wall cabinets, they're similar to the ones I put in the garage, but they're 2-footers. Nice cabinet, so she can put all her little crafty stuff in there. And she's going to finish painting this afternoon. But I'll take you in here, and actually it's 10 in the morning, and that's a pretty shaded spot. I'm getting 136 watts out of that already, so that's good. It's topping off the batteries, because I had this running on battery for just the last day and a half, and it was running that air conditioner fine. So those batteries, they're 300 amp hour batteries, two 12.8s in series, so they got quite a bit of reserve apparently. Did some labeling, AC in, AC inverter out, got all inverter outlets mounted. Say our diesel heater is ready to go. Got our baseboard heat in Wednesday, got that piped in. Brother Mark come over and swept the joints for me, and got all the covers on. So that should keep her nice and toasty in here. Got 19 foot of baseboard. I got a few things to hang up, but she's still trying to figure out where she wants all this stuff. But as far as me messing around with stuff, this mechanical room is done. I'm glad it's not any smaller, but it's kind of nice to have everything in here, and pretty much everything's going to be off grid. So that's it, folks. Have a good weekend.